right, so let's get to it this morning, talking about enough satisfaction. You see, Nigeria has a very thriving and very varied wedding scenery because every culture has its own, style and obviously dress, but it all boils down to a celebration, more or less. In modern times, some people have said, oh, the wedding shouldn't be celebrated. It should be a time of sober reflection. I don't really buy that because, it's meant to be a happy beginning. Two families coming together as one. However, this coming together of families is now becoming a burden. And no, it's been complained about, I'd say for a decade now, but in the past year alone, I think it has become a very serious blight to a lot of young Nigerians. Some people took the benefit of the lockdown back in 2020 to have very quiet, small weddings. 50 people, 30 people, sometimes only the family members, the immediate family members were present at the weddings, and those people are still together. Some have obviously broken up as well. There's no hard and fast rule to this. But with the current inflation, particularly from last year, and the scenario that is facing, the reality that is facing a lot of Nigerians today, are we seeing the end of the extensive and expensive bride's list? No, I'm not saying that the bride price should be scrapped. No. We're talking about those extensive lists. A few years ago, just when I started my broadcasting journey here, there was an edict in a village in Benue State, a community. I remember reading that in the newspaper, where the traditional ruler, the king there, said, you know what, from now on, everything concerning marriage in this particular community should not exceed 100,000 naira at that time. Nothing should. Bride price, whatever you're giving the family, nothing should exceed 100,000 naira. And a lot of people welcome that particular notion. People say, oh, we are going to go to that village to get married. But the bride price is not really the problem. Come to Edo State, for example. Bride price is like 27 naira for some people. Hello, shout out again about there. But you see, beyond the bride price, at the wedding list, the bride's list, I have in front of me over 10. And each time I look at them, it makes for a teary-eyed read. I'm not going to bore you all, but I'm sure some of you know them. Box of clothes, mother's money, father's money. In fact, in some cultures, they'll tell you, oh, look, if you can't provide this thing, monetize it. So you imagine some lists, they tell you, oh, for this, because of the level of this girl, because she's the Ada, or, that means the first daughter or somebody, and so one of the things on this list is elephant tusk. Elephant tusk? Or one full male antelope. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny. This is actually what has been on some people's list. Elephant tusk. One full male antelope, specifically male antelope. Then they say, if you can't obtain it, we can monetize it. It's all a ruse to get more money from the proposed groom, right? Good. So here's the question. Should these types of lists be outrightly banned? Yay or nay? Straightforward. Let me hear you this morning.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
08179230003, 08179230003. 08179230003, 08179230003. See that number? Call that number. Let's have a conversation this morning. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 08090306416, 08090306416. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning to you.
What are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, it should not be banned.
It should not be banned. Those expensive lists.
Expensive lists.
They should not ban. Why?
What are you? If somebody's daughter bride price is 100,000. The day that the traditional wedding will be done, do you know that the parents will buy items that is more than 500,000?
Okay.
To give to her. To go to her house and begin to make use of as a domestic item. That's number one. Number two. But do you know what it takes to train your daughter from, let me say, from primary one
to university?
To first degree in the university. You know how many millions it takes?
Okay.
Number three. Do you know how much it takes when a baby is born to begin to buy from Pampers until the age of 18? Shoes and many other things.
Very true.
Which takes parents millions of naira.
Okay.
We should allow people to do their marriage according to their money capacity.
So the sons
to make his marriage to be expensive, fine.
So the sons who were trained, it's not money.
Or marriage of 15 persons, fine. Of 20 persons, fine. Of 5 persons, fine. Of owning the family, fine. If somebody has enough money to go on expensive marriage, fine. Leave the person. Let it be something that has to do with individuals, but not government coming to determine by coming up with a legislation.
No, I didn't say government. I didn't say government. I just said let it. If the people say this tradition we're not doing again, right? It has nothing to. There's no legality. There's no government law that says you must do bride price anywhere. There's not. So I'm asking if people should actually say, you know what, this thing is not working for us. It used to work those days when you bring 2 full scalp sheets of 10 cartons of beer. What in all of good heavens does the family need 10 or 20 cartons of beer for wedding list? What do you want to do? What are you? Is it a drinking competition? Are you feeding the whole village? Muriel is in Africa. Clinton is in Bori. Muriel, let's hear from you, please.
Hi, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning.
Look, Jude, I think it should not be bound outrightly, but it should be controlled. Yeah, everybody comes from a community. Now, community leaders should control it, honestly. Because, Jude, there are some other mothers, let me call them parents, that are very greedy, honestly. And when they have especially if they have a beautiful daughter, the father just knows that before his daughter will leave, must have a land or a car. Do you know that they even include phones, iPhones now? Yes.
Are you serious?
They might not even include in the list, but they will tell you by the side that you will get one iPhone for the father, or you get a land.
What is the father going to do with an iPhone?
Dude, you come see now. Come see what is happening. And most of the fathers that do that, they are the ones that are so poor. They did not even the girl even contributed in training herself more than what the father did. You know, a father that was irresponsible, so kind. Trust me, a father that has on his side, he has his own. You don't want to send his daughter. When you come, you don't sit and look at me and say, "Hey, young man, you want to carry this one?" They say, "Where you talk? You know that this man has money. He has trained this is girl. So the ones that are greedy, that are so greedy that they maybe bring this girl where this girl out of strong gold, swear."
Clinton and Bori, do you agree that the community leaders should control the bride price list?
I agree completely that there's need for people to reflect on what marriage is all about. Marriage is a fusion of two families coming together to become one. It is not an avenue to amass wealth. But people have modernized marriage to get all the wealth that they couldn't get all their lifetime.
Ouch.
It is not supposed to be so. You see where items, motorcycle, you do this, you do that, you build houses, renovate houses, coming into a marriage list. They forget the long time that these people are together, and there might be need tomorrow where the families can assist each other. But when you turn your daughter into a commodity, if I'm the man, I will not turn back and look at you. I'm more fixated on my own family than yours. But people should change. I think there's need for us to get an understanding. There are some families that you go to. Marriage is very cheap. They just come, what you have, you've settled the traditional things, the basic things. You've married your wife. But some places that you go to, it's like, when you see the list, you can even run because you've not made that one in your life. So people should change and change this notion of making money from marriages. Thank you very much.
Clinton says yes, they need to change. Yes, Jude, such ridiculous marriage list is born out of greed, wickedness, and should be banned. In my case, I was asked to bring a mature male gorilla. Yay. What's you? Bye-bye. Jude, when I got married, I was expecting some of those things, but when I took the step into, it was smooth. So I invited a few of my friends and family members and did an indoor traditional marriage and did a simple court marriage, and we're still together. Sammy, in Rumekini. Sammy, thank you very much. So, if you just join us this wonderful Tuesday morning, we're talking about satisfaction, and the satisfaction we are making reference to is that of traditional marriage rites. Are you satisfied with the way it's being handled in some areas, maybe yours in particular? And the question we're asking, should the expensive bride list, not the bride price, so just the bride list, where you get to see some interesting things, should those things be outrightly banned? What exactly really needs to be done for a man and a woman to be married in this country? That's the problem. Does it have to be so expensive? Headline news is coming up. Maybe it's not an issue for the National Assembly. I don't think it is. But, like someone said, that maybe we as a people should start to ask if these traditions are actually worth their weight in gold now.
Nigeriainfo. Information is a source of development. Stay tuned.
Headline News, Nigeriainfo on
92.3.
Headline News.
Headline News, 92.3 Nigeriainfo. My name is Jude Omamegbe. More stakeholders react to October 5th local government elections in Rivers State. Defense headquarters raises concern over Borno bombing. 3 people rescued from FCT building collapse. In business, small businesses, manufacturers and farmers exempted from paying withholding tax. In sports, UEFA to investigate England midfielder Jude Bellingham for gesture during Slovakia match. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President condemns court ruling giving former President Trump partial immunity from criminal prosecution. Details in the 12 noon bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808-721-7215. 0808-721-7215. My name is Jude Omamigbe. Thank you for listening and good morning.
Are you up to date with ideas for sustainable development?
92.3 Nigeriainfo serves you opportunities
to ask great questions,
contribute solutions,
and transform society for the better.
I'm listening. Are you?
All right, welcome back. 11:32 a.m. Greetings. Still partly sunny skies today in the city of Port Harcourt. Temperatures of between 26 and 28 degrees centigrade is expected. If there's a chance of rain, it's going to be coming through sometime between 4 and 5 p.m. At least that's what the app in front of me is saying. Ooh, speaking of app, I got to meet one of the important persons in Nimet, right? Over the weekend. Oh yes, Nigeria Meteorological Society. But anyway, let's move away and let's look at the forecast for our tradition of marriage or the bride list. Now, I don't think the bride price should be scrapped. I don't think so, right? Because it's a very beautiful culture of us and we should promote our culture. But this aspect of the culture is now being met with the ugly, multi-hydra-headed inflation, 34%. Gary, 4,200 naira in some places, 3,800 naira on the average. Bag of rice hits in 70,000 naira. So imagine if you were to go and meet your fiance's family and they tell you, one of the lists that we are bringing, yes, the Her bride price is just 45 naira. If you are from Edo State, it's just 45 naira. So in fact, in some places, after you bring that money, they will even give you change. But that's not the problem. The problem is that you see this list. We have 10 cartons of big malt, 20 cartons of original dry gin, 40 cartons of red pepper, 200 tubers. Actually, someone when they put 200 tubers of yam. 200 tubers of yam? Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have Ken from Ubumini and Zion in GRA, but we hear from you, Ken, first. Good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Ken.
Jude, you see, in my community here in Ubumini, marriage is as easy as however you want to classify it. The most important thing in our parents is please take care of my daughter or our daughter. When you are due or when the time comes, you can come and do whatever thing you want to do in her head. So we are not extravagant in bride price payment. Thank you very much.
All right, Ken. So let me ask you, Ken. So if that's the case in your community, right, and it sounds very noble, what then must the man do to convince the father of the bride or the bride to be, if it's not big list?
Question. As far as you have identified yourself with some drinks,
okay,
such as jar of palm wine, hot, native cola, and other items that will not confront you or that you will not feel as if you are getting hot, the family will let you go. But their most important thing is for you to take care of their child or their daughter. The most important thing in our community, he who marry in Ubumi community, I am not marketing, but I want to tell you the reality. You are assured of having fed, as in the produce, gari, plantain, and other farm produce. You will be accommodated by your in-law. If you are real in-law to the family you married from. But that is another angle of it. There are some wicked in-laws and there are...
Wow.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm shocked. Wow, wicked in-laws.
Yes. So if you are a good in-law, you will enjoy from your in-laws in the angle of
food community. Zion, the list, is it too expensive? Should they ban it?
Avoid anybody where they complain about marriage list.
Really?
See, that's a very wicked person.
How so?
Very wicked. In Bele Black, you are complaining of a marriage list. They gave you marriage list to buy 20 tuber of yam or 200 tuber of yam. You are complaining. Now, so you can't go marry the wife, keep for Sabi. Very wicked people.
Interesting.
See, Jude, marriage list is one of those orchestrations to deal with wicked in-laws.
Deal? Why? What crimes have they done?
Because they are wicked. You want to marry a girl,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know her village.
Mm-hmm.
You want to marry a girl, you only visited that village once. Only once you went to her village. Sir, let me be honest to you. Every marriage list can be twisted. Every marriage list can be withered. If a responsible suitor or a responsible in-law to be, the family will choose that list for you. The family will protect you. Don't do this one, leave this one, leave this one. I'm giving you a secret. This secret I'm giving you is a code. It's wisdom I'm giving to those who have ears. It's not for the aggravated ones. It's not for the victimized ones. Sir, they will remove it. You want to marry a girl. Do you love the family, or is the girl alone you love? Do you join them in the activities? In the New Yam Festival, are you there?
But Zion, you know what you're talking about. While it sounds so novel and beautiful, we're talking about a time in this country where people rarely travel to the villages any longer. Apart from the fact it's expensive.
See, this is the problem. You thought it's easy to weave a marriage. It isn't easy. It's in a mouth. It's called blow grammar. You want to survive the blow grammar. Can you join them in the New Yam Festival? Can the community people know you? Can you work in the community on your own and community people will greet you? They call you Ogo, welcome. Ogo, how are you? Ogo, how on a day? You will be in Port Harcourt. Let them twist marriage list for you. You try here. Can you go to their market square or their village square where the elders are sitting down? Can you sit down with the elders, buy them something, declare for them?
Okay.
See, people don't understand wisdom. Even the Bible said, come, let's reason together. You are very far away from them. You have never proposed a meeting for the family. You have never discussed anything. Yes, I'm talking before marriage, Before marriage, not even after marriage.
Okay.
The family cannot see you as a resource person. The family cannot see that you want to bring input to them. You are a stranger. So they will tell you will pay the 200 tubers of yam.
Robin is in a chair. John is in a room. Robin, let's hear from you, please. This problem.
Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
You see, marriage is not for jokers. Zion have touched it. It's not for jokers. Jude, let me say one thing now, whether you've had it before. I'm sure you would have had it. That's a saying that a success of a marriage is not determined by the magnitude of the wedding. Marriage is a ritual. We're talking about Africa. Why we are where we are now in the issue of marriage? Because every day we are being hypnotized by Western culture.
I see.
You see a girl that is attracted to you, by all means, I want to have her as a wife. Jude, what is 20 cartons of beverage? What is 200 tubers of yam?
At 5,000 a tuber.
Let me tell you, practically in my time, the list was 100 tubers of yam.
But how much was yam? But Robbie, that's the question. See, the question is not so much as the tradition is bad, but based on the current realities in front of Nigerians right now, all right, we are looking back and looking forward. It doesn't make sense to spend 5,000 naira for 200 tubers of yam for one wedding ceremony.
Okay, Jude, let me shock you. It's like you forgot this part of the story. At the time, a petrol car was costing 1,350 naira. How many people were able to purchase it in your village?
That's true.
At the time, rally bicycle was less than 20 naira. How many people had it in your village? At the time, cement was 5 naira per bag. How many block houses are there in the village?
But were the men asking the boys to come and buy them rally bicycles and beetles to marry their daughters?
Good and fine. It's a mutual relationship. If a family gives you a list, you have to come down, talk with them. There's nowhere they have given list, and everything in the list is required from you to pay. It doesn't happen anywhere. It's a mutual relationship between two families. Those areas that the marriage price is very cheap now, how many weddings takes place in those communities? Good morning.
Okay. John is a Rumola. John, welcome. Ogechukwu is in Ugruta. But let's hear from John first. Good morning to you, John.
John, good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful submission from wonderful men. Unfortunately, the ladies are not talking.
Now they fight for now.
And unfortunately, most of these people supporting this marriage list or bogus marriage list are the ones that make marriage difficult for people like us who want to go and marry. Dude, if I marry a wife, I am an automatic member of the family of that wife.
Fair enough.
I should be able to go to that my wife's family house and say, this house is not befitting. Let me build a befitting house for them. I should be able to look at the girl younger brother and say, you are not doing well. Come, let me establish you. Nobody so suppose they do. But in a situation where I come to marry, I begin to extort me in the name of marriage. First, I want to ask those people that are defending this thing. If I spend 3 million and marry your daughter, and you claim because I don't go to festival, the family does not know me, I also don't know the girl, and the girl comes to the house, and the version of the product I bought is different from what is delivered, what do I do?
You want
to refund to me?
You want to refund the girl? John.
So dude, wait now. We are having a conversation, Abby. If I tell you, say, dude, for this time when me and you don't date, I know you to be this person. You can't come my house, come begin to portray one I don't know. You have never exhibited while we are dating. And the marriage no longer holds. So will you give me the 10 tubers of yam I give to the 20 tubers of yam? The money I pay.
200. It's not 10. It's 200 tubers. 200.
Okay, 200. Will you give me 200 back, dude?
Wow.
Do you expect me now to sue you to pay me back for the emotional damages and whatever the girl must have done to me?
Okay, Chiku. It's in the group. Okay, Chiku. What say you? Should we ban it?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Mr. Zion has spoken my mind, my brother. Marriage is ritual and has to be performed. See, in marriage, don't make yourself a stranger with your in-laws. Because when a thing comes, you know that you have either good in-law or wicked in-law. Be good with them. Those things are right, or you pay 200 tubers of yam and 20 bags of rice. You may come, they will tell you that, my brother, see, look at the important things you do. Because you are good with them. You understand me? Look at the important one you do. You see all this one, do it. Or marriage is not, you will not buy everything one day. Yes, that's why you make a friend with your in-laws. In terms of death, if maybe you see a death occur, maybe the wife, if you're not a good to them, they will deal with you, a stranger. They don't know you. They will you just come. Make good and thank you. That's my take.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. That's Okechukwu from Igruta on Facebook at Nigeriainfo PH at Nigeriainfo PH. And Manzel Yemachi says the town or community has put their bride price. If you don't meet it, don't condemn it. Look somewhere else. God has blessed every town with beautiful and intelligent women. Go and select a wife where you are rich. Okay, all right. Okay. Clement says, where can you even see where it's cheaper now, Seth? That's what Clement is asking. Chile Edwin says, marriage is not by force. As traditions differ, so you can choose where it is cheaper. But, it sounds funny, but we're now, and don't forget, the key aspect to this conversation is the women. Are we now equating women to commodities? Let's go where it's cheaper. No, this one too dear. No, in Kuru side too dear. No, it be full roadside too expensive. No, now this side ain't cheap. Oh, really? Is that where we are right now? Ikechukwu is Naba. Ikechukwu, good morning.
Good morning, Jude. I call it.
Welcome, please.
This topic you are talking about, let me tell you, Jude, ideas are different, cultures are different. And the life is a fun, it's a game. It depends. All these cultures, they do not come from God directly, they do not come from Adam. We, humanity, especially Africa, we formulated it. But anything that can give you joy, practices, that is what I see in marriage. If you are suitors that are worthy enough, what they demand for you, give it to them. But these are not worthy enough. Whatever they give you, give it to them. Jacob married. How did they marry? Most people married. It can be common agreement. Go and take care of this child. Support us in this family. That's what I see in marriage. Are you getting me? So it's for them. I want to display my work in my in-laws compound. I will display it there. But if I don't have, I tell them, in-law, I don't have. Don't take it. Let's cooperate. That's how I see marriage. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Ekichiku from Abbas. It shouldn't be so serious. Okay. All right. Now, let's get to the messages. Now, WhatsApp 009-030-6416, 009-030-6416. I just remember the person that said they said she bring in mature gorilla. Are you kidding me right now? Huh. Anyway, Jude, when I got married, this is from NS. NS says, why will it be a ban when parents now see marriage as selling their daughters off to another man like football players? Instead of giving their hand out in marriage, we sell our daughters. That's why those men will see their wives like assets because they bought them. That's why some governors declared their wives as part of their assets. That shows us where we are in Africa right now. Because you bought Pampers and sent your daughter to school, the only reward for you is to sell her off? LOL. If not, let me, those men go marry their daughter. Hey, it's problem. All right, this one continues. They say, yes, Jude, such ridiculous marriage list is born out of greed, wickedness, and should be banned. Hey. Jasmo says, good morning. Okay, all right, I'll leave this one. Anonymous here says, nobody will ban them or take any proposed ban seriously. Some of these things are meant to be negotiated. Some of those things are a matter of pride. Bianca Ojukwu said before she married, her father demanded some rare coins that had gone out of circulation and no longer had monetary value for Ojukwu. He refused to collect actual money in lieu of those coins, and Ojukwu provided them. I never saw my own bridal list because my husband refused to let me see it. I am from Imo, and my father is late, so I was actually afraid because of my people are notorious for powers of my father's house and don't want me to marry stunts. And my husband knows I'd have fought them. But he said it's not my business and he didn't want me to start an avoidable problem. That even if they asked him to bring a rare two-headed hybrid of a black goat and white dog, he'll gladly source it as long as he can say I am his wife and no one in his place or mine would call him a liar. So some people will meet whatever demands. It doesn't matter. As long as they like you, we will do it. Good morning, Jude. Someone was asked to bring a male gorilla. What? The family should be arrested for requesting an endangered species. It says your caller is always going different direction with his opinions. But Jude, what is being done today, as used today as bride price, is supposed to be bride wealth. I call it bridal blackmail. I'm of the opinion that both families should provide equal items during marriage rites. Sonny in Choba. A caller from Ubumini says, married from that place was privileged to free food for life. After that revelation, I think that is my destination for a second wife. Escobar. Okay, too many unmarried people around us now because of this exorbitant price list. Something should be done about it real fast. All right, good morning, Jude. There is a misconception about the subject of bride price. What are the items the Bible recognizes as bride price? Jude, bride price is a modern fraud. Bride price is God's initiative and not man. Therefore, man cannot add to it. Let's go back to the origin of bride price. Tobinson with that comment. Really? I'm not a Bible scholar, but was it bride? I think there was a reference. Not that I think about it. I think there was a reference of bride price that the groom has purchased you with a price. I think it was written in the Bible, right? For me, if I love her, the easiest way to make it cheaper is by getting her pregnant and allow her parents to look for me. Then I'll give them our conditions before I set to marry her. Simple. No, you can't put the cart before the horse now. Come on. Can't do it. Anyway, Francis says going where it's cheaper is not all we should be centered on, but also going to the right place. So don't just think about going where the bride price or the marriage list isn't so lengthy or expensive. You should go to where your heart finds peace. You know? On Facebook, Amadi Secondus says, yes, it should be banned. Some communities don't even know how important an in-law is. That is why it's called a son-in-law. From that day you've decided to marry their daughter, you have become part of the family in any condition. Considering that a bride price or a bridal list, that's once again it's a bridal list, all right? So considering that a bride price should be less expensive. Okay. Conversations still continue. People are still going to go to people's villages and haggle and hopefully wriggle their way, waiver those expensive lists. I wish you well. I really do. Trust me on this one. News. 5 minutes, and after that, the sunny side of conversations. Good morning.